Welcome in again, Saints, for another midweek video. This week's video is going to be a little different and maybe even a little odd. This is the time of year that we enter into what we call the holiday season. Of course, we just recently celebrated Thanksgiving Day and all that means. Now we're entering into the Christmas season and we'll ultimately find ourselves in the new year. I thought about this verse in Proverbs 17, and I'm going to read just a couple of verses before we get to it. He says, "A man of crooked heart does not discover good, and one with a dishonest tongue falls into calamity. He who sires a fool gets himself sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy." And then the verse that I want us to focus on. "But a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones." Inherent in these verses is the idea that we choose. We have choices to make. You know, we can choose to be a person of a crooked heart or a straight heart according to God's plan. We can choose to raise our children in God's ways and God's kingdom and God's discipline, or we can let them go their own way and pay the price later on. But this statement that says a joyful heart is good medicine, some versions there say a merry heart. Some versions there say a cheerful heart. Of course, they're all saying the same thing. A joyful heart is good medicine. And here's the theme of this video today. I want you to laugh. I want you to laugh at anything that's funny. I want you to laugh at good comedians. And by the way, there are a number of good, clean comedians out there that will cause you to laugh without embarrassing you. There's enough sitcoms that are decent and clean. I mean, just watch the Andy Griffith Show if you can't find anything else, because that's what I'm watching. Find something to cause you to laugh. A joyful heart is good for you. It's good for your soul. It's good for your body. And I'm just going to read you some stuff here that just so the science community supports what this verse says. Of course, what we have is the science community finally catching up with God. They're a little slow. Ecclesiastes 3, Solomon wrote, "There's a time to weep and a time to laugh." I'm asking you to approach this season with joy, with a joyful heart. I'm asking you to find opportunity and occasions for laughter. There's so many. Henry Cho is one of the best comedians around. Funniest guy you'll ever listen to. And you'll never have to worry about taking your children to hear him. I mean, there's a bunch of those. Tim Hawkins. He bills himself as a Christian comedian, but he's actually funny. And you might get that. But there's a bunch out there. There's a lot of opportunity, and people around you are funny. People around you have funny ways, and people around you say funny things. Laugh. Laugh. Neuroimaging studies show that when we laugh, multiple brain regions fire together. The prefrontal cortex, did you know what that was? It's responsible for your decision making and your social behavior. The limbic system, it governs your emotions, and the motor areas that coordinate the physical act of laughing. This synchronized activity makes laughter a full brain workout, integrating thought, emotion, and movement. Chemically, laughter releases a cocktail of feel-good neurotransmitters. Dopamine surges, providing a sense of reward and pleasure. Serotonin levels rise, contributing to mood stability. Endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, flood the system, reducing physical discomfort and creating a sense of euphoria. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is also stimulated, deepening feelings of trust and connection with those around us. From a physiological perspective, laughter also triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest mode, counteracting the stress-induced fight or flight response. This is why laughter often leaves us feeling both energized and relaxed, with muscles loosening and breathing deepened. Laughter acts as a natural antidote. Studies show that a good laugh lowers cortisol levels, easing the physiological burden of stress. The rhythmic contractions of the diaphragm during laughter increases oxygen intake, it improves circulation, and stimulates relaxation. Just a few minutes of laughter can induce measurable changes in stress hormones, helping the body to recover from tension more quickly. And then we talk about the immune system that God designed, the immune system that God ordered in our bodies. Our frontline defense against disease, it's deeply influenced by emotional states. Chronic stress and negative emotions, they weaken our immunity. They leave the body vulnerable. Laughter, however, it strengthens immune functions in measurable ways. Scientific studies reveal that laughter boosts the production of natural killer cells, which target viruses and tumors, as well as T cells and antibodies that support overall immune health. Even watching a funny movie, and there's a lot of them out there, saints, has been shown to elevate immune activity for hours afterwards. In essence, laughter prepares the body to defend itself more effectively, offering a natural form of immunotherapy. This study goes on to say when we laugh, blood vessels dilate, improving circulation and reducing blood pressure. This effect is similar to that of aerobic exercise, though it's less strenuous. Laughter essentially gives the cardiovascular system a workout, enhancing, and I can't even pronounce this, endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to expand and contract, which is critical in preventing heart disease. And finally, one study conducted at the University of Maryland showed that watching a comedy increased blood flow in participants by 22%, while watching a stressful film narrowed vessels by 35%. The implication is clear. Joy fuels the heart, while stress constricts it. Over time, regular laughter may reduce the risk of heart attacks and strokes, making it a truly heart-healthy habit. Let me read that verse again. A joyful heart is good medicine. Not only during this holiday season, but especially during this holiday season, look for opportunities and avenues to find a way to laugh. Find, as I've said already, find good, clean comedians to listen to. Find a good, funny movie. Watch the Andy Griffith Show. Do something that would cause you to laugh because it's good for you. May you have a joy-filled, laughter-filled holiday season. And may all of that be good medicine for you. Have a great week, have a great day, and go out there and act like somebody who is laughing. Good day.